Welcome back to my series of videos where I'm sharing the journey of buying my first boat and attempting to learn how to sail. If you're new to the channel, I'm Rachel and I bought my first boat in December. Most of my time since owning it has been spent fixing her up rather than learning to sail, but lately I've finally started getting out on the water. I'm based in Auckland, New Zealand and keep my boat Naroto at Marina on the North Shore. Over the past few months, my confidence has really started to grow, and if you saw my last video, you'll know I took the boat out of the marina for the first time solo and managed to hook it up to a mooring. It might seem like no big deal to some, but for me it was a huge milestone. As many of you already know, the Marina has been upgrading the pier over the last couple of months. This has meant no access to our boats during that time, which hasn't been ideal timing for me, especially as I've been trying to get as much time on the water as I can in order to learn how to sail. The old wooden pier with its ladders to climb down to the boats has now been replaced with a floating pontoon. After so long without access to the boat, we jumped at the chance to check on it when a short window opened up from the marina, even though the upgrade works aren't fully complete yet. We went down to make sure everything was okay, that no water had gotten in, and to have a quick check-in with the boat. Happily, there was no water in the bilge, the boat was nice and dry inside, and the engine started up first time without any issues. Unfortunately, and to our shock, as we were walking away, Jason spotted a large area of damage on the port side of my boat. It's happened whilst on the marina when moving my boat around during the pier upgrade, and I'm absolutely gutted. No one has contacted me to let me know that the damage has occurred, which is really disappointing, and on closer inspection, some of the damage goes right through to the gel coat, so the boat will need to be hauled out and repaired. I reached out to the marina to let them know about the damage and to ask how they plan to have it repaired. I would have thought the contractors doing the work, who are also on the committee, would have liability insurance to cover this, but instead I've been told I need to claim on my own insurance, which feels completely unreasonable. If anyone's been through something similar or has any advice on how to handle this kind of situation, I'd really appreciate your guidance. Anyway, back to happier things. A lovely man named Ken reached out to me through the channel to see if Jason and I would be keen to crew for him on his Elliott 1050, based at West Haven Marina. We jumped at the chance and headed down to meet him on his boat called High Voltage. As I've mentioned before, I've been really looking forward to sailing my own boat through the Waitemata Harbour with the city skyline beside me. Whilst this wasn't on my own boat, it was still something I was really excited about experiencing. Ken's boat, an Elliott 1050, was definitely quite different from my Compass 790. It's an amazing racing yacht with far more sheets than I'd ever seen before. There's a traveller at the stern, a continuous main sheet system, 8 winches, running backstays, more sails on board than I could imagine, and some seriously impressive wind instruments and navigation gear. Ken told us that he usually sails with at least 6 crew members, and when the wind picks up, he prefers to have 8 on board. A serious racing boat which he clearly loved to sail. Ken took us out of the marina and headed towards the harbour bridge, motoring into the wind to raise the mainsail. It was my first time using a continuous main sheet system, which I found really interesting to see in action. We sailed past Auckland Port and its towering cranes, working our way up the harbour in light wind. With a series of jibes, we slowly made progress, enjoying the views. We continued up towards North Head, passing Devonport along the way, such a beautiful part of the harbour with the city behind us and the open gulf ahead. Rangitoto, as always, in the foreground, with Browns Island just ahead as we made our way through the harbour. Browns Island, also known as the Island of the Pied Oyster Catcher, is a small but striking volcanic island located in the Hauraki Gulf. It erupted around 20,000 years ago, is around 60 hectares in size, and is situated between Mission Bay and Bucklands Beach. With light westerly winds of around 5 to 10 knots, we took turns as crew trimming the asymmetrical Spinnaker sail from the starboard stern winch. Each time it began to luff, we'd tighten the sheet, then ease it out slowly to try and catch more wind. If you're new to sailing like me, an asymmetrical Spinnaker sail is a large, lightweight sail designed for downwind sailing. There are so many variations of head sails that I haven't yet experienced or fully understand. Jibs, genoas, code zeros, storm jibs, asymmetrical spinnakers, each suited to different wind conditions and points of sail. Once we rounded North Head, we spotted big black rain clouds and decided it was best to turn around and head back. Ken put me at the helm, which felt completely different from steering the roto. I imagine because high voltage has a spade rudder, while mine has an external rudder. With next to no wind, it was amazing to feel the boat at times still trying to power up. I can only imagine how fast it must sail in stronger wind conditions. We passed Devonport again and the old steam tug, the 1935 William C. Doldy, which is permanently docked there. Heading towards the city and tacking close to the port, Ken tasked me with sailing as close to the wind as possible. Ken adjusted the sail trim here and there, and it was incredible to see the boat sail so close to the wind, with the apparent wind showing at times as just 12 to 15 degrees. Sailing in Auckland Harbour was noticeably busier than coming in and out of Milford Marina. It was a busy waterway shared by commercial ships, cruise ships, ferries, recreational boats and fishing vessels. And just like that, we were already back in Westhaven Marina, with the harbour bridge beside us. A first for me as we pulled into the fuel dock. No jerry cans full of fuel for this beautiful boat. And back to the berth we go, passing the super yachts and Waiheke car ferries docked up, not to mention Oram's boat lift, which is one of the largest in the southern hemisphere, capable of hauling super yachts and commercial vessels. Westhaven Marina also has its own haul-out area, offering not only practical access for maintenance, but also a great view over the harbour. Thank you for watching, and if you have any advice or experience dealing with marina-related damage, please leave a comment below. I'd really appreciate your help.